Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. This is Gnarlo here. Say hello to everyone, Gnarlo. Good boy. When we left, we were finishing up at the Prancing Pony, going to go head to Buckland, or right outside of Buckland, and we still are. However, I thought we would make a quick detour here, down southern Bree at the Lowbanks Estate, to visit the burglar trainer, since we dinged up to level 16, so let's take a look, see if we have any new skills that we can learn.
A lovely day, isn't it?
We do. A new trick, dust in the eyes. It says you throw dust in your enemy's eyes, making it more difficult for your enemy to hit. You can only have one trick on a target at once. Gives them a plus 20 miss chance and a minus 25 run speed, and will also break them out of being dazed. So let's go ahead and train this one. There we go, there's our new trick. Now, I know we had some other tricks. Which one? Disable? Is that the only one that we had? I think so. So this is will be our new trick here. I'm going to move these on over so I can stack this one. Hell. Stack this one up beside our other one. There. Let's see. This one is the one minus 15% attack duration. Means that slows them down and makes them do less damage. This one right here makes them miss more and makes it so they can't run as fast. So it comes down to figuring out which one of these we're going to use in which situation. Alright, so there we go. That has got our leveling up taken care of. We're going to continue upward now, back over toward the top of Bree, and then we're going to head out to Buckland. So as soon as we start arriving toward Buckland, I will get back together with you. And welcome back. We are here at Buckland. There's the Buckland Gate. You see Brandy Buck Hall off in the distance right there. Over here's the Brandywine Bridge that crosses over into the Shire proper. So we are supposed to go and find Lenglen, who is on the heights across from Buckland. He is right up here in this area. I'll pull up the map right quick to show you where exactly we are. Over here was where we left Coombe. We ended up in Bree, and we've traveled all the way back over here to Buckland. And he is just right up here in the little hills. I don't think he's actually far enough to be in the little hill right there on the map, but he might be. We'll see when we get there. You'll see a little path right there, a little notch in the hill you can see, and that's where we are headed to. I'm going to zoom on out a little bit. One thing that I've noticed, I'm wondering if this is a result of the recent, some of the stuff that came through with the update, was that I would noticed I wasn't running. You'll notice my little icon up here, the plus 8% out of combat speed, was not showing, and I wasn't moving very fast. I've got the Harbinger's Cloak on. That was one of the main reasons why I left the Harbinger's Cloak on my character, and it seems to be a clickable item now. Before, when I had it on, all you had to do was wear it, and it gave you the thing. Now, you notice it has a duration and a cooldown. The cooldown is also 30 minutes, so you actually have to click on it, or right-click. I've moved it down here to my bar. You actually have to right-click on it to get the movement bonus. Fortunately, the bonus or the effect lasts just as long as the cooldown does, but still, yeah, I wasn't quite used to. Said in the past, I've always just had the running boost. So that seems to be a change that I don't know how recently came into effect. I'm gonna have to go back and take a look at some of the earlier videos and see when it was that little thing disappeared. So here's Lenglen here. ranger that either looks sick, looks injured, or just looks quite lazy as he lays here by the fire. Let us have a word with him and see what it is he has to say.
How can I be of service?
Aragorn has sent aid. Nazgul, 4 more were in Buckland. They rode swiftly to the east upon black steeds. I was foolish enough to stand in their way, and they ran me down. I will heal in time, but the riders have left a threat in their wake that must be dealt with. I must ask for your help.
Might I take a moment of your time?
Now, Chapter 6, In the Black Rider's Wake. In the Black Rider's wake, Crebain have taken roost. They are not the common strain from Dunland. Ooh, I was about to say Crebain from Dunland as well. But a breed I have not seen before. Likely those foul creatures keep watch on Buckland and the Shire, or at the very least me, since I have taken to staring at me in the night. While the Crebain may see nothing of interest, the fact that the enemy has eyes here is dangerous. If we were to blind these eyes, the enemy would not be so sure in directing its efforts. If you would, dispose of the Crebain that roosts to the southwest, just beyond my camp. Even killing one Crebain will go a long ways toward blinding the enemy. Alright, so we need to head right down here and kill some of these Crebain that stand out here in the field. Wipe out 4 of them, and then go back up and talk to him and see how things are going. I'm afraid that group I was headed toward might just all aggro at the same time, so let's see if we can just get up here and get 1 without pulling the whole batch upon us. Oh, and you're going to be kind enough to move even. Slow your attacks down. Alright, so we've had 2 here. There's the other one. Didn't realize we had 2 of them. One was hiding out there in the trees, in the bushes. Alright, let's see if we can get this one. Oh, it saw us. But it will go down pretty fast. Okay, and if we can get 1 more, we can go back up there and report in. I guess it makes sense that it's hard to sneak up on these things, because they are the eyes of the enemy after all. Alright, I thought we might have a new trick. That's why I wanted a new deed, that is. So I wanted to try out the new trick. I'm going away, yes, alrighty. Let's see what our new deed is and how many times we have to use that one. Alright, the new deed is Trickster. Got to use dust in the eyes. You've got to use it 1,000 times. Oh my lord. And you get the dust in the eyes skill. Oof. Alrighty. Let's go back up here to Langland. Tell him that we've taken care of some of his Crebain problem.
How can I be of service?
Good, you have slain those foul birds. The enemy will not be nearly as sure in their efforts now. However, I still have need of your aid. I must ask that you do something in Buckland, as it was their horn call that alerted me to the presence of the Nazgul.
Could I speak with you a moment?
You say that Underhill is with Aragorn. I know of no Underhills. I was sent to watch over a hobbit named Baggins. I must assume that is whom Aragorn spoke of. That he is safe is welcome news, for my fears are somewhat allayed. It was late in the night when I heard the horn call of Buckland. Running to the road, I saw Nazgul leaving Buckland at a gallop. I tried to stop them, but they ran me down. I feared they had already found Baggins. The 4 riders pass eastward toward Bree, but we may discover that they learned, if anything, at a Baggins home in Crickhollow. It is a cottage surrounded by a high hedge almost directly southeast of the Buckland gate. If you learn anything there, return to me. What news you can bring me may help determine the movements of the Nazgul. Alright, let us go to Crickhollow and investigate what happened there. If y'all remember, that's where Frodo was moving after he sold Baggin to the sackville-bagginses. He had Merry move all his stuff by wagon to Crickhollow, where they got it set up looking as much like Baggin as he could possibly imagine. And then he and Sam and Pippin were going to walk there. And that's whenever they were chased by the Black Riders, ended up cutting through Farmer Maggot's farm and having to take Buckleberry Ferry. So, let's go back into Buckland here, go over to Crickhollow, and see what we can find. Now, he did not even spend a single night at Crickhollow, because they left out. They came in, they had supper, they had a bath, and they left early in the morning, while it was still dark, or late in the night, either way you want to look at it, while it was still dark, and left Fatty Bolger behind. And as you see here, there's quite a bit of stuff left behind, quite a bit of damage left behind from where the Black Riders came roaring through Buckland. Breaking off lampposts, overturning wagons. They did quite the damage here. Right here, I believe, is the path to Crickhollow. Yes, there we go. Crickhollow is a very, very secluded little corner of the Shire, which is exactly what Frodo wanted, so that he could be away from prying eyes, and that whenever he did leave and have to go on his quest, that he could pretend to be here for as long as possible. However, the night's events kind of ended his plan of stealth. As you see here, the door's been broken, where the Nazgul, the Black Riders, forced themselves in looking for Baggins. And Fredegar Bolger, or Fatty Bolger as he's known, was the hobbit that was left, and he only just got out the back of the hobbit hole, or the hobbit house here, with his life. Let's see what he has to say.
Goodness!
What? Who? I don't have it! Oh wait, you aren't one of those Black Riders. I must tell you that I haven't been so frightened in my life. Did they learn anything from me? Well, those riders came busting into the house, but I had already slipped out the back way. Not a thing did they get from me. When the sheriffs came, they made me tell them about Frodo and the others going off into the old forest. But I didn't say a thing about the enemy's ring. Oh dear, what is that? It sounds like crows. Here come Crebain. This used to be a much harder quest here, back before they made it so that you could get through the epic stuff solo. There used to be like 3 or 4 waves of these Crebain that would come, and each wave had about... Oh, we got a Crebain stuck in a tree way up there. Each one of these waves would have about 6 Crebain in it. I think one's stuck in the tree up there. I don't know if it's going to allow us to continue. I don't know if you can see it right up there, right above where my pointer is. Hello, little Crebain. You gonna come down and play? Huh. Seriously, they should have come down here by now, so I think I may have to cancel this one and start it over again because it looks like it's glitched out on us. Let me try that. I'm going to go ahead and cancel. And maybe if I just run away, perhaps I can fail it. Yeah, that Crebain's not going anywhere. It's definitely glitched. Okay. Well, I'm going to head back up to Lenglen. And hopefully, if we get far enough away, it'll say failed and we can start it again. And if not, I will just quit it and cancel the quest and pick it up again from them. Alright, we've returned. I eventually had to just cancel that quest. It would not ever complete. It wouldn't lose it. It just kept saying kill the Crebain or defend Fredegar, so I wasn't able to go any further. So let's run it again.
Me.
And let's see if we can get the Crebain to actually behave themselves this time. There we go. They actually came down in a pair this time. They didn't get stuck anywhere. Okay, here come more. Don't get hung on the tree, damn you. Alright, this is getting annoying. Did you see? There it is, hung up on the tree again. Come on, lower yourself down. Fly higher, do something. Alright. I'm going to stand here and see if the Crebain ever frees itself from the tree. And see what happens. So I'm not going to make you wait and see. We'll just cut back in should it fly down and let us attack it. Alright. We've done this twice now and it bugged out both times. This time I've got a little backup. I've got my main Glenoran over here. He's going to be sitting here with his bow if any of them get stuck up there in midair. Hopefully he can come over and shoot it down for me. Now I've just seen 4 people do it. 2 of them it got bugged on. 2 of them it didn't get bugged. So let's see what happens here. I have put in a bug report, by the way. Alright. So continue the quest. Here come the birds. There they are. Okay, both are coming down this time. Alright. Let's see if the 2 come down this time or if one of them gets stuck. Nope, this time they're both going to make it down. Alright. And we'll be able to defeat Fredegar. Be able to defend Fredegar. Very good. Some flew off into the old forest. I hope they don't come back. And we don't get to see them fly off, I don't suppose. I said, this quest has changed a good deal. It was originally a fellowship or a small fellowship quest because you would get like 3 or 4 waves of about 6 Crebain. They would all be, none of them would be level 11. They would all be at least your level, if not higher. And, yeah, it was a good deal more difficult. Let's see what we have here. Go ahead and steal that. Alright. G-Man, you can go on out now. Suppose we're not going to need you. So I'll go ahead and quit dual boxing you. He'll disappear in just a little while. It'll take about 25 seconds for him to log out. In the meantime, let's go back and talk to Lingland. And see if all this time and effort has paid off. And we can get through Chapter 7 finally. I'm just glad we did not have to pull Glenorian into it. I hate having to pull a secondary character in like that for what should be, you know, a solo quest if it just wasn't bugged out. I can imagine, as you see, we've bugged up on us twice. You can just imagine a new player coming along would not be very happy. And might, you know, someone that didn't have a couple of accounts or someone that didn't have any friends in game, you know, might not have the patience to come back and run that one again. And it makes it more so unfortunate when it's the fact that it's one of the epic quests here that's bugging out. If any of the ones are going to work correctly, it should be the epic line. So let's come up and talk to Lingland and see if he's going to send us on to our next destination, which I imagine will be Chapter 8. The enemy's ring. It is no wonder Aragorn was so secretive as to why the enemy was seeking Baggins. Boy, I tell you, for something that's supposed to be secret, he certainly is blabbing a lot about it, about Baggins and the ring and everything else. If the Crebain heard Fredegard's word, the enemy will know for certain that the ring is no longer in the Shire, and all will be lost. Finding those birds in the old forest will not be a simple task. I would ask that you return to Aragorn and Bree, and seek his counsel on how to find those foul birds. So there we go. It's back to see Strider once more. And it's just down the road to the east until we get back to Bree Town. So that's where I'm headed now. And when we get back to the pony, we will join up again once more. We're about most of the way to Bree, but I want you to see over here, you know, right over here, invites you to join a fellowship. Will you join? And I declined. It's like, I don't get it. I've had 2 fellowship invites, and I've had a sparring invite today that were just thrown my way. Not the slightest bit of word. Nobody said, hey, how you doing? You want to join us for something? It's just all of a sudden the invitation box pops up. And I just don't understand the mentality of someone that would do that. Something that hasn't happened for a while, but I've had kinship requests like that too. Just a kinship box pop up. Say, you know, you want to join our, you know, would you like to join the kinship? But nobody ever says a word. It's like, what kind of people are you expecting to get if you're just randomly picking people on the road that are running by and throwing a fellowship or a kinship invite that way? It's just one of those things that's kind of beyond me. It's kind of lost on me. I don't understand. Anyway, we're going past the end gate here. We're almost back to the Prancing Pony. And we'll go in and talk to Strider, and he will probably send us out on Chapter 8. As soon as we let him know what happened. And I'm pretty sure I remember where it is that the next chapter sends us. And it's going to be interesting to see, because originally, yes, it was definitely a fellowship, or maybe not the exact next chapter, but one of the next couple chapters coming up was definitely a fellowship quest, and a quite difficult one at that, too. So it's going to be interesting to see what they've done to enable it to be soloable. Having trouble with doors. I think I should have avoided that second ale. Alright. This is dire news. While the 4 hobbits I was awaiting are safe for the moment, the protection Bree offers is fleeting at best. We must leave soon, and if the enemy's suspicions are confirmed by these Crebain, that what they seek is no longer in the Shire, our trip may be all the more perilous. Yet the old forest is a twisting labyrinth that can lead even the most experienced tracker astray. Finding those Crebain will not be easy. Alright, Chapter 8, Master of the Wood, and it's actually 2 levels above us. However, as I've said before, it's another instance where these traveling quests tend to be, all we got to do is go into the old forest, talk to Tom Bombadil. And it's not that it's easy to get to him, but it's not hard to get to him either. So travel quests are always seem to be overconned. There's one who can find these Crebain for us if we were to ask him for such aid. However, he may not see our worries as his. He is known by many peoples by many names. Of old he was known as Orald to men, while to the dwarves he was simply Forn. The elves called him Irwain Benadar, oldest and fatherless. However, in these days he is known as Tom Bombadil by those few who are aware of him. Look for old Bombadil's house, which lies at the far eastern end of the Withywindle, the river that flows through the old forest. He may help you if you ask him in my name, Aragorn. If you discover anything, I would ask that you address it as best you can. I wish I could help you in this task, but the safety of my charges comes before all else. So, that's where we're going to leave off. Next time we will be heading to speak to Tom Bombadil. Good old Tom, and as they say, he is a merry fellow. Bright blue his jacket is, and his boots are yellow. Alright, so as we head back out into the main room of the Prancing Pony, and my phone is ringing, we're going to call it there. I hope y'all have had a good time, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.